Hello, I'm the Angry Spork. Naruto is a series about a kid who houses a powerful animal spirit within him while he fights and trains as a ninja to one day become leader of his village. Also filler. Lots and lots of filler. How many times do we need a flashback of that idiot Obito kissing a picture? Why do you hate life? Anyway, hopefully this review won't take over 600 episodes to get through, as I'm taking issue with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Naruto. Let's start with issue number 1 and see if these comics make us want to turn the page or turn our heads. The cover's pretty nice, our starring characters leaping high above Konoha, also known as the village hidden in the leaves, with an energy to it that feels like it'd match one of the show's opening themes. The turtles' designs are nicely tweaked to fit the anime's aesthetic, while still faithful to what we're familiar with. Nicely done! Written by Caleb Gollner, with art by Hendry Prasetya and Raul Angulo, we begin with a handy exposition scroll, where Team 7, comprised of Naruto Uzumaki, medical ninja in training Sakura Haruno, and brooding last son of his clan Sasuke Uchiha, led by their teacher Kakashi Hatake, are tasked with escorting a teenage reporter April O'Neil. And yeah, I would not call that a teenager. I get that two-dimensional drawings leave some ambiguity, but even calling her 19 would seem 6 years younger than she actually looks. Admittedly, that's not inconsistent with anime. They're not far from April's home, Big Apple Village, and Naruto questions if this really is a B-rank mission, since the most exciting thing he's done is help a turtle flipped on its back. So Kakashi flips him over. Turtles can handle themselves. Show nature more respect.
But when we stop for a bathroom break, you always say aim for the anthills.
April reveals the team why she spoke with Lady Tsunade, the Leaf Village's leader known as the Hokage. She was the nearest biology expert for a story she's working on. The Big Apple's top university had fired Baxter Stockman for using school funds on biological research instead of the mechanical engineering he was hired for. April was sent to get his side of the story, which revealed the results of his work, a mutagen compound he called ooze, with the intent of creating ninja with the fiercest traits from both animals and humans. He started out trying to create a competitor for Labubu dolls, and things just spiraled out from there. Between Naruto's nine-tailed fox spirit and the villain Orochimaru, the prospect of man-beast hybrid monsters is not unheard of for the team, but the research is allegedly theoretical, so April claimed. That's when they're beset by Foot Clan Ninja, ordering Team 7 to hand over the reporter. Hand? Didn't you just call yourself the Foot Clan?
You'll pay for this disrespect.
Makes sense that they'd be called the Foot if it's so easy to step on their toes. Naruto has a brief psychic chat with the Nine-Tails, Kurama, who warns that this enemy with a foxtail is neither mere animal nor tailed beast, until Kakashi brings him back and the team gets ready to fight. But no showy jutsu just yet, because after a smokescreen and some iconic weaponry, the Foot General, Alapex, is the only one left standing, with her subordinates taken out. Knowing who's responsible, she bails and swears revenge, while Team 7 encounters Master Splinter and his sons, each of them wearing stylized kabuki masks. Leonardo orders them to let April go, with Raphael backing it up with a threat, but the Leaf isn't about to listen to what appear to be masked bandits. Miss O'Neil says she can explain, but much like her 80s animated version, she opts to let things play out while recording the scuffle.
We're the news media, for crying out loud. Who'd want to hurt us?
Our first brawl is Leo going after Sasuke, recognizing the vibes of pure vengeance the lad gives off, but saying it'll only lead to his destruction. Philosophical warnings about inner turmoil coupled with precision violence are why Leonardo's TED Talks are the best. Sakura faces Raphael, her kunai doing nothing to his shell, which she thinks is armor. So, not feeling she has to hold back, she delivers a devastating punch with her signature monster strength, narrowly missing her target and shattering a rock, which makes the turtle more worried about their bout. Fun fact, turtle shells are not actually like armor. They very much feel contact made there, since it's literally part of their bodies. But hey, this was about anthropomorphic turtles that were changed by imaginary science goo, so maybe we can let this slide here. Naruto is thrilled to have two opponents to face, as it's a better opportunity to show his resolve to become Hokage one day. He activates his signature Shadow Clone Jutsu against Donatello and Michelangelo, sending out duplicates of himself that, while dissipating with one hit, obscure which one of them is the real deal. That leaves their teachers to duke it out, Kakashi recognizing the turtles' techniques, but saying there's something off about them.
Let me guess, their attitudes? Yes, like one of them is a party dude, one is cool but rude, and which one of them does machines?
It's kind of fitting and insane that Splinter, who's always had that old fighter that can still dominate a fight characterization, now has this world's ninja lightning magic in his arsenal. Another staple of the series, introspective conversations during life or death battles, as Leo can tell Sasuke doesn't have the burden of having to fight for family as the turtle does. Sakura and Raph have each surprised each other, but the latter displays his toughness to gain the upper hand. Donnie noticed a rhythm to Naruto's deployment of clones, so for the next one, Mikey needs to act natural.
Heh, I got just the thing, bro.
He's going to overdo it, act like he doesn't care if a clone attacks or not, but that'll just make Naruto think he isn't interested and avoid him altogether, throwing Don's plan all out of whack. When another Uzumaki appears behind him, Mikey avoids his punch by pulling his head into his shell, making the young ninja think he literally knocked it off. This reveals himself for Donnie to hit him with his bow, leading the rest of the clones to poof away.
Man, I love being a turtle.
April laments how everyone is moving too fast to get anything but blurry footage, determined as she is, when each team regroups. Telling his sons to hold back a moment, Splinter explains that they aren't so much a clan, the term being made meaningless in Big Apple Village thanks to the foot, more of a family. While impressed that his team was given a decent workout, Kakashi uses his Sharingan Eye, empowering him with the speed to remove the family's masks before they can react. This is why Konoha's version of the Masked Singer never took off. Kakashi just can't take the suspense. Revealed for what they are, and clearly not some manner of illusion, Kakashi says it's good to see Hamato Yoshi again. Issue 2's cover is split between Donatello with a broken ooze canister and Naruto boiling with Nine Tails chakra, or energy, and him as a newborn. Pretty succinct representation of each of their origins, particularly for the already familiar with the franchises. As dusk settles in, each team of young ninja is surprised their teachers know each other, as Kakashi explains seeing Yoshi's fighting prowess as a boy. But he was taller and didn't have a tail. But who among us still look the same since high school, right? Splinter clarifies that he was Yoshi's pet rat, and Sakura starts putting pieces together, between April's story and the ooze, that their fight was a misunderstanding against the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I get the impression their reputation precedes them from context clues, and I'm not just talking about the logo pasted into the dialogue bubble. After formal introductions, they come upon a secret entrance to the Turtles' lair, which Donnie opens with his staff, and they all enter. Splinter saying everything will be explained inside, while Alopex watches from a tree. She was chasing a squirrel she thought looked at her funny, and ended up here by sheer coincidence. The ninja all become much friendlier, complimentary, except Sasuke and his resting angry face. The next door opens beneath them, surprising the guests from the Leaf Village, and is again opened by Donnie, using his staff to enter the password. In my experience, hitting doors with sticks doesn't typically open them. It does get the police called on you, strangely enough. They enter a sewer pipe like Super Mario to the Turtles' lair. In apt simile, since Mikey's tour with Naruto starts off with their TV, which has a classic Nintendo console setup. The others train, meditate, have tea, and after some skateboarding, the knuckle-headed ninja mentions to Mikey how he grew up alone, but despite the trouble he'd caused in that time, has been made stronger by his friends, so wants to repay them by protecting the Leaf Village as Hokage. Kakashi informs Splinter that Naruto knows he's a Jinchuriki, someone housing a tailed beast spirit inside their body, which made him a target of fear and rejection for the village, but that only motivated him to earn their respect. 12 solid years of treating an orphan like garbage, for reasons no one ever told him about, is easily washed away when they tell him good job a couple of times. Sasuke is suspicious of what keeps them underground, since they made chumps out of those foot and their cowardly fox leader. The reason, the rat explains, is Oroku Saki, who had grown up in the criminal underworld, but came to Hamato Yoshi's dojo, allegedly seeking a new path. Despite the sensei's best efforts, Saki was too cruel and power-hungry, eventually stealing Yoshi's family scroll of techniques, destroying the dojo, and leaving his former master to die. He also left the dojo a scathing and hyperbolic 1-star review online as icing on the jack-wagon cake. What follows is familiar to Ninja Turtles fans. Splinter barely escaped, surviving in the sewers. Shattered ooze jar, kindly rodent, 4 boys in need of a father. All of them transformed. He used Yoshi's techniques to train them into the teenagers they are today. They eventually headed out into the world above, and have since constantly faced the Foot Clan and their leader Saki, ruler of Big Apple Village's underworld, and runner-up in Big Apple Village's crossword puzzle competition 3 years running. Sakura thinks that it's fate that the turtles were changed by the ooze, given the power to fight against the traitor to their master's master. Meanwhile, in Naruto's head,
"You're the same. In your case, I'm the ooze. I'm not singing the ninja rap, though, so don't ask."
even though news outlets didn't want to hear from the disgraced Baxter Stockman, he kept reaching out to O'Neil after their first interview. He explained that after losing his first batch, he was eventually able to develop more without the university breathing down his neck, his mutagen no longer theoretical, and even giving April a copy of his notes. Unfortunately, he was so desperate for acclaim and public vindication that he got funding from the Foot to continue his efforts. While April was there, a group of the evil ninja broke into the lab, taking the ooze so Saki could use its power.
Ninja vanish!
That's when the turtles arrived, seeking answers about their origins from the creator of the mutagen. After defeating the Foot Ninja, and the implication that Stockman died in the raid, they quickly befriended April, who went on to do more research, leading her to seek out Lady Tsunade from the Leaf for her expertise. Stomachs start grumbling, so it's decided their next mission is to get their favorite meal.
What's pizza again?
Bro, prepare to have your mind blown.
The kid eats nothing but ramen. I'm pretty sure turkey meatloaf with ketchup for dippin' would probably do the same thing. April plans to hang back and relax after the hectic day she's had, but unfortunately her respite is interrupted by the sudden arrival of Alopex and more Foot Ninja. She and Splinter fight back, taking a few enemies out, but the comic ends as they're met by Oroku Saki himself. So there must be a different way in and out of the lair, right? Seems like otherwise the others would have bumped into the enemy before now. What exactly does Saki want with Splinter? Will his plans prove too much for Team 7? What toppings will be on those pizzas? Tune in next week for the conclusion. I'm the Angry Spork, and man, have I got issues.